Nrityavidushi, Srimati Rohini Anand is amongst us. She is a prominent examiner, dancer, and educator who has performed all over the world, and her students have gone up to become Visharad. So can we all have a big round of applause for ma'am?
Namaste, Alok sir and all the Gaveliers. A very, very good morning. Very, very happy to see all of you here today.
Back to the host, please.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Namaste, ma'am. So, we've all had a fruitful discussion on talents. We have a special talented person in our meeting with us who is our keynote speaker, Miss Rohini Anand, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. We're so honored to have you here. Can I please call President Gavel Sarah Hussain for her presidential speech?
Thank you. So, amongst us is such a talented person. Before I give the stage to Miss Rohini Anand, I would like to give a short intro about her. Miss Rohini Anand is a well-known guru in the field of Indian classical dance, Bharatnatyam. She is a luminary in the art circles of India and UAE. Dedicated, creative, artistic, and passionate, Miss Rohini is the promoter of her own dance house, Classical Rhythms. A-graded Doordarshan artist, anchor, singer, and producer on TV channels. Her productions likewise have gained universal appeal. Various awards bestowed upon her as Kannada Seva Ratna, Kannadiga Ratna, Kala Tapasvi, Femina Award Achiever of 2018, Rani Chennamma Award by Karnataka State Government, Nritya Ratna title, Chanakya Award, Aryabhatta Award, International Woman Award for promoting the Indian dance abroad as a testimony of her dancing excellence. She has performed all over India, UAE, USA, Australia, and Singapore. Some noteworthy achievements are as follows. On panel, as judge for a dance reality show on ZTV for 2 seasons alongside Salman Yusuf Khan. On panel, as judge for Diwali Utsav alongside the legendary singer Usha Utpa ji. On panel, alongside Terence Lewis. Acted in many teleseries, short films, and commercials. Dance is a medium through which she teaches her students life. Her choreographic skills are matched only by her dedication to art, unfolding the best in every disciple. Now, I would like to hand over the stage to our amazing keynote speaker of today, Miss Rohini Anand. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for that lovely introduction. I'm so happy to see so many Gaveliers gathered this morning. I will begin my speech with a very, very nice saying that I read a few years ago. I've just jotted it down so that I get it right. It says childhood is the best seasons of life, and the longer it lasts with happy memories, the stronger the emotional stability in adulthood. So please live your childhood to the fullest and become a responsible and emotionally stable adult. Good morning, Gaveliers. Today I want to talk upon the very, very cliche subject, health is wealth. I'm sure from many, many years ago, the phrase health is wealth was just a proverb, and perhaps maybe 5-mark question in any of your moral science or some examination like that. But what happened when we went through the 2020 pandemic, which is becoming an endemic, and it's still continuing with lots of variants? The cliche line, health is wealth, which was just on papers and written and forgotten, slowly came as a practice into each one of our lives. How many of you agree to this? I'm sure all of us agree, because most of us had forgotten old school of living, old school of lifestyle. We called it very mundane, we called it very not so popular, and adapted to the new standard of living. I was born at an era where, this old school of thought, giving so much emphasis and focus on health, was not considered an option, but was just thrusted upon us and as a principle, and we had to listen to it, we had to follow to it, and that was the norm of the day. I was born in such a time, and I'm living in such a time where my son and so many of all of you have adapted to the modern living. I wouldn't say that the modern living is wrong, but let me just reflect and share a few things that I practiced as a child, and how it's evolved and it's come back to all of us after this pandemic. Um, Right now, the entire world is facing, especially the kids between 8 to 18, are faced with two main health risks. One is the environmental risk, and one is the obesity risk. What do I mean by environmental? Yes, of course, sound pollution, air pollution, noise pollution, and the food we eat, the thoughts we think sometimes, and the obesity. How nicely the channel, the media, the print, and the visual media uh, decorates a package and puts it on screen. Even I am not about temptations, and I really feel like grabbing that burger or grabbing the fries or grabbing that packet of chips and eating it, which is slowly causing obesity. I'm so glad that many schools in UAE have taken this up as an initiative and said no junk in the school canteens, and also I think have physical training classes for kids who are a little obese. They start, either they go early to school or they stay up. How many schools do that? Not many schools follow that. I'm very, very proud to say that every single school in UAE has adapted to this kind of a living and bringing in the emphasis on health right from the grassroots level. What was I expected to do? See, I don't believe in talking about things that are read, are said, but what do I like to do? What was I told to do? What did I do as a child? Though we had sofas, swings, divans, very popular during my time, and dining tables, chairs, we were always encouraged to sit cross-legged on the floor. Okay, encouraging that kind of a sitting automatically developed a good spine. We never had the problems of backache, of shoulder pain, or anything, because we were asked to sit against a wall, erect, cross-legged. And we were always asked to eat our meals on time, having breakfast at a certain time, having lunch and dinner at the same time, which actually manage the blood levels, blood sugar levels in our system. So very, very few people were diabetic or were suffering from hypertension during my time. Eating with the hands, oh my God, it's so old school, is what even my son says, and most of you will agree to that. Did you ever know that God is such a wonderful creator? The fist, the finger length is proportionate to your mouth. Did one of you even realize that? There are lots of theories which have said the morsel of food that you take is so proportionate to the capacity of your mouth, but in the spoon you can't measure what you eat. Also, as you touch the food, it stimulates the digestive juices. automatically without taking any medication for that. I also came up an article in the Tribune which says the healthy bacteria on the palms, the fingers and the nails help in easy digestion, which we have not, so far we have forgotten how to eat with our hands. Though there were silver, steel plates and even porcelain plates in my house, most of the meals were served on a plantain leaf. Plantain leaf is known for it's packed with polyphenols, a natural antioxidant. When warm food is put onto the plantain leaf, the antioxidant mix as we mix the food, as we touch the leaf, it enters our digestive system and helps in easy digestion. Silverware was used. Scientifically, silver has been the metal silver has been proposed as antibacterial. So there was very little bad bacteria that was entering our system. And if you see most of that which has come back in fashion now, we used copper utensils, which actually combats anemia. When you store water in copper utensils and drink it, I believe it adds iron content to the body and restores the loss of blood. And also copper is known for the anti-inflammation agents. Earthen pots were used. We did not have coolers or refrigerator, but we stored water in earthen pots. We know earthen pots are made of clay and clay is porous, so there's hot air coming out of the pores and cool air going into the pots. I don't know how many of you would have even tasted the earthen pot water. It's so cool, and it's not the artificially chilled like how we keep it in refrigerators. Now everybody drinks out of a bottle from the refrigerator directly. And I also remember one thing, that breakfast was never carried over for lunch, lunch was never carried over for dinner. There was never a spillover of food. So everything was prepared fresh and consumed fresh. So nothing lasted for more than 2 hours. So we would never eat like now. Today what do? We order pizza and we put it in the fridge and we have it for breakfast. In case there's excess, we just heat it up in the microwave and eat. So that was not the case. And one thing that I'm sure all of you will agree, waking up early was, as much as I hated it, especially in the cold mornings, we had to wake up early. That was the discipline, that was the norm. We had no choice to say, can I sleep for 5 more minutes? No. It is proved that waking up early reduces stress. How does waking up early reduce the stress? When you wake up early, your body is energized. Your mind, your body is full of energy, and there's very peace and quiet, very quiet surroundings, and you have so much of time to finish all the things that you need to do for the morning. So there's no rush. When there's no rush, you also get the work done in a better way, and also there's no stress in rushing through your breakfast, rushing through your homework, rushing through your school, whatever. Also, when you wake up early, you sleep early. You tend to feel sleepy early, and when you sleep early, you have better sleep quality. And we did not have grinders, mixers, mops, vacuum cleaners, nothing. We had to do everything by ourselves, so we were so strong. And without going to the gym, I think we burnt many calories. What did the 2020 pandemic teach us? I think Mother Nature, let's forget on all the negatives that the 2020 pandemic brought to us. It definitely brought in a lot of positive things. So it's a morning, let's talk only about positivity. What did the 2020 pandemic bring us positively? Perhaps Mother Nature realized that her children were going very far away from the principles and roots. So she put a stop and she said, get up, reflect, and come back to a healthy living. When the curfew and the lockdown were proposed, we stopped going out. Isn't it? The first thing that we did was we stopped going out. So when we stopped going out, automatically we stopped eating out. So we started consuming whatever was made at home. I understand initially it was a lot of fast food, frozen food, and slowly mothers also started experimenting their culinary skills and did a lot of stuff that I'm sure all of you would have enjoyed over the last 1.5 years. We stopped greeting people by hugs or handshakes, which is such a normal thing to do. A fist bump or a simple namaste, which was proposed in earlier times, that was what we started doing. And whoever washes hands before eating, come on, we eat out of the spoon. That stopped. You were so conscious, all of us became so conscious that every time we touched, we wanted to touch our face, we wanted to clean our ears, we wanted to clean our eyes or eat something, we always washed our hands, which is such a healthy practice, which has come back. And many of us started doing breathing exercise. If you remember, the first wave of pandemic and first and the second wave led to a lot of breathing issues. So without our knowledge, we started breathing exercises. It became a part of our daily lives, which is pranayam, which our ancestors would do. No footwear inside the house. That's another thing. See, you're not going out, so you're not carrying any bacteria into the house. Living room, your bedroom, we always wear footwear inside the houses. So that eliminated, obviously the air around us became so fresh and the surrounding became so livable. Other than everything, I think the most positive thing that I experienced, and I'm sure most of you will agree, was a great quality time with family. What happened? The first 3 or 4 months went on binge watching of everything that was available on Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube, everything. Slowly, when you reached a saturation point, all of us came together, sat together for breakfast, sat together for lunch, dinner, discussed a couple of things. All the board games which were perhaps stacked in a corner of the house came out, and I think we all of us had a very, very good quality of family time. And another thing, what we started doing, even if we had to go to the pharmacy, if you had to go to the Madina to pick up something, invariably, if you needed something, you would come home and have a bath. And that was what our ancestors also encouraged to do. When you go to heavy populated areas, you don't know what germs people are carrying. So they always encouraged on when you go out and come back, you have a bath and then only enter the house. See how slowly what was an old school of thought became a norm through the pandemic. I believe that whatever habit, that whatever thing that we do for 21 days at a stretch becomes a habit for a lifetime. So I think 1.5 years of us practicing all these little things have given us enough and more to carry this routine throughout our lives. I wish not only you but all of your friends, your family, my friends, my family continue to maintain this healthy living throughout their lives. Talking about health, we are all here sitting on a glued to our chairs most of the time. Even when I teach, there's no physical classes yet because the new variant has come out, so all of us have to be extremely careful. So I sit on this chair sometimes for 8 hours, 10 hours, and I'm sure the same with you and your parents. What can we do sitting on a chair? I see most of you sitting on chairs and some of you sitting perhaps on the couch. Okay, let's do a couple of exercises. Let me brief you about what to do. Just sitting down, very, very, very easy exercises. So what we do is we wiggle our fingers and the toes. Least that we can do. Come on, the boys, get up. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch your arm, lock them and stretch it up. Very, very simple things that you could also teach your parents to do. Bend to right, to center, bend to left, to center, bend forward and backward. Simple, isn't it? Stretch one hand forward and grab your fingers and push them towards yourself. Put your palm down and push it. Repeat with the other hand. As you fly like a bird, walk in the air. If you're sitting on a chair, if your legs are hanging down, so move your hands and legs together. You really need that. And rotate your neck. This is the place that takes the maximum load of your sitting. Move your eyes, right, left, right, left, right, left, up, down, close your eyes, relax. These are the simple things where you can exercise different parts of your body sitting down. Let's do this routine with a small bit of music. I have to tell you that my son is a musician. He was so bored during the pandemic. He did not know what to do and he couldn't go out. So he found things. He found music in a door banging and in the bottles clinking, and he took a stick and started beating on the syntax tank where you store water. I don't even know if you kids know about it, this water on the rooftop, from where it comes. So he created music out of it, and I'm just going to play that to you, and let's do this small bit of exercises. You can follow me. Wiggle your toes, stretch your arms, upright, right, center, left, center, forward, center, back, center. Stretch your hand forward, stretch your fingers down, stretch your fingers. The other hand, butterfly and walk in the air. Neck rotation. The other side. Turn right. Look up and down. Stretch your neck. Bend your neck. Your eyes. Look. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Look up and down. Don't raise your neck. Just take a circle in your eyes. Ulta. These are little things. Play your choice of music, and maybe after every 2 hours, every 3 hours, wiggle your toes. It's not difficult, right? We didn't even get up from our chair. So let's not give that, oh, I'm sitting in, I don't have time. So let's not give that excuse. Move your legs, move your arms, move your body. And I know it's so boring to do exercises. So perhaps play your choice of music. So that will motivate you to do some little exercises. take care of yourself and try to imbibe at least 10% of what our ancestors did, and let's safeguard our health. As my topic itself says, health is wealth. Health is wealth. Health doesn't cost money. It just costs a few minutes of your time and perhaps a few principles. With this, I end my talk on health is wealth. I thank Shri Alok ji and the Gaveliers for giving me this wonderful opportunity to interact with such wonderful children. I'm sure all of you are waiting and to go ahead with your talent show. I wish you all the best. I'm also as excited as you to watch what talent each one is going to present. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming to our club. It's an honor to have you here. And all the points you mentioned in your talk, like we should sit cross-legged and we should eat with our hands, we should wash our hands, we should take a bath when we go to a populated place. I think that's really helpful, ma'am. Thank you so much for teaching us about this topic. I would now like to call Gavel Faz, who will be giving the vote of thanks for you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Gavel Faz, over to you.
Good morning, one and all. I, Faz Siddiqui, on behalf of Alokse and all my beloved friends, I convey my best wishes to dear Rohini Anand ma'am, a guru in the field of Indian classical dancing. What an achiever, ma'am! You have inspired us all. Once a great man whispered, feeling thankful and not expressing it is like wrapping a present but not giving it. So, I take this opportunity to put all our gratitude into words for your presence and precious words that have enlightened us. Thank you for the beautiful quote on childhood and also for the health tips you gave us today and for making us realize the value of good health. Yes, indeed, it's important to quit eating junk and maintain healthy eating habits. On behalf of all Gavel Club, I would like to thank you for taking precious time out and consenting to be chief guest. Indeed, ma'am, you are an inspiration to us and many up there. I also thank you for sharing with us your words of wisdoms. I once again thank each one of you for your presence today. Have a great day ahead. Can't wait to see all our talented performers present their talent. All the best to all.